You know me.
You're in the mix with DJ Smooth.
Are you ready?
The one and only DJ CJ.
Yeah. Just sliding through this wind with this phone on fire. Chasing this chicken. These niggas get us lazy. Space is supply and demand. A little for a lot or a lot for a little. And I'm your pusher.
Operator is DJ CJ.
I'm online, on my grind, bang my line. I'm your pusher. Got what you need, 24. I'm on go, text my phone. I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher.
I'm available when the money obtainable. Hustlers irreplaceable, I just keep it sustainable. Check a trap in the traffic getting loose. Put your order in for a fee, I'll put you in my room. If your provider don't want no money, then I pull up. I got drivers like Uber signing and line it up. Apple Pay, PayPal, Zelle or the Cash App. Up, give Venmo, and I don't do cash back. COD, we ain't on the same pedigree. For a bag, I might switch up my trajectory. Still getting a payment, I never, that's an accessory. Push you out to voicemail extension to my directory. I'm a chicken chaser, play out of Frisco. And my pockets getting sturdy like the getting low. Swear this again, hella lazy, that's fish to show. I'm on flip mode, DM me, I'm your pusher.
If you need it, I'm online, on my grind, bang my line. I'm your pusher. Got what you need, 24. I'm on go, text my phone. I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher.
Where I'm at right now? Yesterday I toured a new building. Just think, my ancestors was field men. I got my vibe up, chicken in the fridge getting brined up. Fresh lineup, up the shit to my lineup. My old haters still sitting in the same spot. Still stretching out zips out the same pot. I be big cool and doing me up out the way. Kids, that's suburban and play. Burning birthday cake, just enjoying the day. Hitting push-ups, snacking on water and grapes. It's a cold world outside, so I put the focal on me. That's grind. My dependency level depend on bank wires. If you independently pushing, you know what it requires. Be available, DM me if you need some fire. Might pull up on some mustard and mayonnaise with the wires. I'm your pusher.
If you need it, I'm online, on my grind, bang my line. I'm your pusher. Got what you need, 24. I'm on go, text my phone. I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher.
I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right and watch life slow up. I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right and watch life slow up. I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right and watch life slow up. I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right and watch life slow up. Hit me a lighter, finna light it up. I'm only puffin' on that Louis, got me high as fuck. I'm in the couch locked in, man, a nigga stuck. The munchies coming next, homie, I'm gon' need some nuts. See, I'm driving and smoking, laughing and joking. City by the sea, yeah, right by the ocean, we token. If you feel it, then roll it up. Hope you into the green, I ain't into taking drugs. See, I only do the leaf, I don't fuck with swishers. If that shit got a vein, hand me the scissors. I don't even do the drink, unless I got the mixers. And they call a nigga Banks, don't forget the mister. I think I'm Rick James, in love with Mary Jane. I always keep her by my side, even on the plane. I'm from the LBC, we mix that CBD with THC. I'm getting high, fuck you me, cause I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right, watch life slow up. I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes, go up. I'ma get right, watch life slow up. Cause I'm feeling low inside. Limo 10 when I ride, can't even see inside. Some do it to get by, but me, I just wanna vibe and get getting drunk ain't my type. I ain't into the hype. Wanna watch it slow up, cause life be going too fast. Don't pass me that shit if it ain't no gas. You roll it in the paper or light it in the glass. Asking, can I match one? Well, you ain't gotta ask. It ain't handy with the cookies, plus you know we got exotics. We don't do the boogie, we ain't fucking with the chronic. And all my niggas solid. Even in the drop, you know we got it. If you need a bag, we can get it to you for a price. I just wanna get high, roll up, get high, smoke wood, back and catch vibes. I'ma get
stand up. AZ 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 stand up.
Factory Music Group, baby.
This the energy the streets been missing. When I'm spitting up in the booth, I put the flame to the mic. Anticipated like Harold and Kane at the light. Niggas thought I made a left, then I came with a right. Nigga, we undisputed. Close your eyes, say goodnight. Bookie and Yo Westwood, we coming for the kill. Too underrated, non-reputable niggas trying to build. We did this for the culture, and now it is revealed. New music for the streets, and we coming big as Shaquille. Broke niggas stay on the sofa, we out here chasing meals. We body shots to my little cousin Jaleel. A dedicated hustle gets you on top of the hill. As long as we all play our position up on the field. I told niggas from the jump, if we team up, it's gonna be poppin'. If we organize together, how the fuck are they gonna stop it? A warning to you haters, it be smart to take precaution. You ain't stepping to no beta for you dealing with some bosses. Exactly. I know y'all gonna enjoy the collaboration, so sit back and listen, witness what me and my brother done put together. Appreciate the love and respect we get from our friends and our family and all the fans who support us and make us better. When I'm spitting up in the booth, I put the flame to the mic. We anticipated like Harold and Kane at the light. Niggas thought I made a left, then I came with a right. Nigga, we undisputed. Close your eyes, say goodnight.
It's alright, lil' cuz, you can never understand it. I be having Christians like, boy, goddamn it. 45 niggas now, that's automatic. Couldn't do nothing with it when you little niggas had it. Pookie said, listen, nigga, I done had it with the stressing, but I'ma keep it rocking, keep it knocking with this blessing. We ain't going for no goofy shit, no flexing. Nothing but the flame in the booth in my session. I'm a solid nigga out the way, but homie, something missing. I ain't trying to get on here and do all types of dissing. I rap for a way out, little nigga, no more wishing. Niggas is dead on arrival or you snitching. You niggas out here tricking, setting up niggas with location, dropping bitches. Been in the trenches, but for real, me and Bookie gave you something you could feel.
Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta.
Is DJ CJ.
Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. That's how it is, huh? I ain't the type to run from no one, you ain't scaring no one kids, bruh. If shit get wicked, just leave me, don't flip the breaker. G spitting at these niggas like I'm Rocky with a dead lung. I leave it all out, never wanna take it back. I guess I got some shit that I done sold the Reaper on the tech. Mama told me pray, cause any day I could go back to slats and take it to the streets and get revenge for every bone that crack. Shoot the snap beating all these babies like I'm Similac. I did it from the jump while you complaining where the fuck you at. How many you get my chest? We gon' fade if it don't clap. Yeah, he a south side nigga, they see he more than that. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. I'll be damned if he come see me. That buddy shit is dead. Over here you got DP. I hella bled up on my cream sneaks. I'ma stand on what I love until 12 pull up 3 deep. Why you sneaking? Did niggas give your ass $1? Or is it worse, like did he fuck your ass without a condom? You ain't the homie, you a bum, and I should tell your father. Matter of fact, I bet he get the message when he see me ballin'. They kill my spirit that you ignorant. Put me in position, but ain't have no one to finish it. Should've kept it solid like the jumper you was mentioning. But now I gotta treat you like a op through the penalty. Dang. Now I'm looking out, I can't trust you. If your face in my eyes, I might cut you. You seen a nigga got it off the muscle. Why they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle.
touch you. If your face in my eyes, I might touch you. Seen a nigga got it off the muscle. While they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle. Seen a nigga got it off the muscle. While they tryna knock me off, gotta hustle.
How about one time, Trey?
He said he want a boss, so you know they sent me. Fuck a Vicky Secrets, fuck him in that Fenty. Fuck him in that Honda, fuck him in a Bentley. You said you getting money, but we getting plenty, huh? My nigga tripping when he get up off that honey. He fuck me, boy, he nuttin' it. He tell me that he love me. Fuck no bitch without me, cause that nigga ain't no dummy. And you can fuck my nigga, cause he like bitches with money. Like bitches with LOCs, got a couple businesses. Said you got the issue, baby, tell me what that issue is. Throwing up their faces, but I know that they be feeling this. Look him in his face and ask him, Daddy, who the realest is? He be like, yo, boss, see, baby, you the realest bitch I ever met. Fuck with Navy Federal, but no, baby, I'm not a vet. Pussy drop it, if I see that drop, you know it's getting wet. Talking all that shit, well, come and sit down, we gon' make a bet. I bet you if I entertain him, he gon' eat it. I bet you if I give it to him one time, he gon' need it. I bet you if I fuck him, he gon' fuck around and see it. But I ain't fucking, I just curved and made him eat it while it was bleeding, huh? Yeah, I know you like that, cause you the type of bitch to get slapped and wouldn't fight back. You the type of bitch to act tough, no, you ain't like that. But I'm the type of bitch you pull up with that buck and shit, bitch, I'ma bite back. I don't wanna do dinner unless it's overseas. And I be spending money like that shit growing on trees. I like a freaky bitch that be staying up on her knees. She gon' suck up every drop, she be begging like, baby, please. I like it missionary when he in it. Chain up in my face, diamonds in his mouth. He ate the pussy, got expensive taste. Never get to tripping, cause these niggas, they'll give a place. Fuck with VPN, you know I like my shit without a choice. I bet you if I entertain him, he gon' eat it. I bet you if I give it to him one time, he gon' need it. I bet you if I fuck him, he gon' fuck around and see it. But I ain't fucking, I just curved and made him eat it while it was bleeding, huh?
The smooth operator is DJ CJ.
Are you ready for this hot shit? Go! Go!
Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
What's good, folks? What's good? It's a brand new Wednesday, bro, on another week, so you already know what that means. It's a brand new What's Good Today, brought to you by PD&J. I'm your host, Jay.
You know, I hope the censors to come after us. You know what I got to say? Do you believe in magic? Oh, Lord. What's up, folks? It's Pocket. What is rocking, topping, and popping?
We got to give a shout out to DJ CJ Smooth for that incredible mix, bro.
We're putting him back in timeout. That's it.
That mix right there, that mix was fire, bro.
We're putting him in timeout.
What?
that you cannot do that to the show. That is not acceptable. We cannot be sitting here rocking out and then got to do a show. Like I'm used to like jamming when I'm cleaning and everything like that. I mean, we even got our people talking about. I mean, we got Bobby here talking about good jam. Come on, man, they're too good. We can't. I don't even want to do a show now. You know what? I'm taking my Malcolm X shirt, brand new from Father's Day. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm gone.
Oh, bye. Deuces.
I'm gone.
Shout out to my son, my oldest son, for the great Father's Day gift that he gave me. I appreciate it. I love it. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. But yeah, those old new, you already know what that means. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that share button as well. We want to get as many viewers as we possibly can, so definitely hit that share button. Let's get right on into it. Do we want to get into it this week?
Do we really want to get into it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. How about that?
We ain't gonna start with Busta, are we?
Oh, I had to do a shout out to him, though, man. Lifetime achievement. I don't even watch awards and know he got lifetime achievement. That's how
honestly, bro. This year's BET Awards was actually watchable. It was watchable this year.
Not being watchable is my problem. The problem is being predictable.
Okay,
that's my problem. Because when you think about it, the hottest music usually isn't the ones that win. I'm sorry. And when I say hot, I'm not talking about radio hot. I'm talking about actual hot music that makes you think, that gets you going, that gets your day on. Those aren't the ones that win. It's the one, now it's probably the TikTok music that's going to win.
Okay.
And so unless like I get a message from you or somebody else like, hey, man, you need to tune into this. I don't tune in. But I will say, I had to go back and watch what Busta Rhymes had to say. You want to go right into it?
Yeah, let's go right
into it. So, I took a little bit of notes here about Busta Rhymes. So, if y'all don't know, the group he started with, you want to educate them who that was?
Oh, yeah.
Leaders of the New School. So the all that came from Leaders of the New School. His 16 bars. That's what he was comfortable with. That's what he was famous for.
That's all he did. Go in the studio, bust your ass on a hot 16, and walk out the studio. Did you hear the part where he was talking about after he got kicked out the group? What he did?
He got scared, man. He got scared. And I don't blame him. He got scared because he didn't know what to do. He was comfortable with doing 16 bars. Having to do a whole song was something different for this man. But you know what he did? He was smart. He went and got the specific type of heightening experience, because we can't really say the word without getting banned, right? So those of you that are smokers should understand what we're saying here. The heightened experience. He went and did that. He got a nice chocolate cigar, and with the heightened experience, mixed it together, and would go into studios acting like he forgot his
notebook or whatever it is.
With his lyric thing, which he never. And we find out who was at the studios and would go there and do that. His hustle to make it, never give up. That's what he came from. Now, let's talk about where he came from. People don't understand. He's an island boy, original island boy, grew up in a Jamaican household. So what do? All y'all know Jamaicans. Y'all know what I'm saying. Even Jamaicans that are watching, chime in. Y'all know what y'all do. Y'all work. I'm sorry. Do we have to go to Rihanna way? Whack.
While you went there, just 1 second though. I'm noticing one of our platforms isn't broadcasting real quick. So hold on 1 second, you guys.
Uh-oh.
All right, we are back, folks. Sorry about that technical glitch. But we back with you live in effect. Thank you for tuning in. I want you to keep on talking about Busta Rhymes. But before you get into that, I got to introduce somebody that just popped up on our profile.
So as we tell you, when it comes to our listeners, we appreciate every one of you. And when you've been a long time listener, you get extra privileges, right?
This privilege right here, not only is it a fan of the show, but he's my brother. And
well, let's put this: he's a brother from another mother, considered not another.
Shut up.
So let's bring him in.
Let's bring in the one,
the only,
True Lou, aka
C Alpha. There we go. There we go.
Salute, salute. What's going down? Peace, blessings, and respect. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, brothers. It's good to
that
be able to
abomination
sit down
behind
and
you?
talk
What
about
is
it.
that? What is
Hey,
that behind
man,
you?
I'm at the Chicago Bear Den right now. I'm with the brother Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Help
Yeah.
us.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
My
saying?
brother, I will pray that you make it out okay.
That's what's up, man.
Bro,
That's what's
big
up.
bro, how have you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, it's been a rough last few years. You know what I mean? You know, with all the little nonsense. You know, we talked about it before, the little pandemic and you know all that good stuff. But you know, I've been all right. You know, what I mean, just working and you know, trying to stay out the way. You know, trying to stay out the way, trying to live longer and you know, learn a little bit and keep it moving. You know, man.
For those that don't know, this is not only, like I said, a big brother to me, but he's a fan of the show. And we've talked and we've had some conversations, and I'm like, bro, won't you just come to the show with it? Won't we just talk about it on the show? So that way nobody gets any comments misconstrued. That way I don't have to play telephone about he said, she said. We just get it all out there.
Would you say, you go to
hey,
New Edition with
me,
telephone man?
look, hey, and YouTube done blocked me so many times that now in order for me to comment, I have to type out the text, copy it, and then hit paste.
Yeah.
Before they
man.
You know,
so what we were talking about,
we
were actually talking about Busta Rhymes and you know how he got his Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. Just going through his pedigree. Now you are a student of hip hop, and I call you a student of hip hop because you're an MC as well. What was Busta's effects to you?
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you.
Let's not use effects because that's a different group.
Okay,
that's Nas effects. So we're not gonna go there. We're gonna say Busta's impression and opening for you. What was it? What was his? How did he open doors for you? Like what was your aha moment? What was your aha moment?
Yeah.
Both of y'all was talking. But for Busta, man, like first of all, we're about the same age, and you know, like you say, I'm an MC, I'm a DJ, I'm a producer. You know, I've done my thing. You know what I mean? But when I first was introduced to Busta, when I first caught wind of Busta, it was with that woo-ah! You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hey, that boy is fire. You know what I mean? He's been fire his whole time in the game. You know what I mean? And I salute him because you know he's a real artist. He's a real artist. You know, he's a real lyricist. You know, I came up during that generation where it was about the lyrics. If you didn't have 16, you know what I'm saying? Go back, sit down, like Rakim said, you know, go back to the lab with a pen and a pad, looking for, you know what I mean? That's where we came from. But seeing Busta get that, man, you know, I salute him. It felt good. You know, me and Mike was laughing this morning because, you know, on the radio, they've been saying, oh, 50 years of hip hop, 50 years of hip hop. And I'm like, so you trying to tell me I'm older than hip hop, cuz? For real? Like, it's a sad day.
But see, you know what's funny? They don't want to give the generations before the 50. They don't want to give it because you know we know that hip hop is older than 50. We know that. It's just mainstream is 50.
Exactly.
We know the underground is way longer than 50. Way longer.
Way longer. You know, and Mike, as soon as Mike heard that, he was like, bro. I'm like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's old. It's way older than 50, but you know, I guess they're looking at it from the standpoint of when they started being able to make money off of it. You know.
There you go.
But
there you go. Once
you know what I mean?
the
It is what
black
it
and
is,
color
bro.
could make $1.
Yeah. And they started figuring out with rap, you can't sugarcoat that. You can't put a white face on gangster rap and all this other stuff. And
Well, you got to remember, they couldn't until a certain rapper came along from Detroit. Till he came along, they couldn't really put.
Hey.
And actually, you know what? I think that's
Listen.
I'll go to another group that nobody wants to give their just due out of New York as well.
Beastie Boys?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give them their due. People don't understand how good Beastie Boys were. They don't understand it, man. They do not understand.
And I mean, as far as that scene too, you can't leave out third base, man.
Yeah.
You cannot leave out third base. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave them out. But
it's right. Keep me honest, man. Sometimes I
but you know what's funny is I don't know about third base, but I know Beastie Boys got a Lifetime Achievement Award before Busta Rhymes did.
Actually, Beastie Boys got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
before Busta Rhymes did.
There you go.
How's that? How's that?
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, that's all right. Run DMC got there first.
There you go.
Hoo-ha!
You know what I'm saying? Run DMC got there first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
You know what?
That was a beautiful thing, man. Seeing Buster do his thing, and you know what I mean, to go back that performance, going all the way back and bringing it up to today. You know, I'm like, I salute him. You know what I mean? I salute him. Love that brother. You know what I mean? Love him. Love what he's been doing. And, you know, I pray that he's blessed to continue to do more. You know what I mean? And the knowledge, them jewels that he dropped.
That part.
Yeah,
that part.
So, you know, what I was going to, I was getting into that. And we talked about, you know, how his hustle and the family that upbringing he had. And that's where I stopped at. But a couple things people don't understand, that he pioneered how to do a feature. He really did. If you think about it, I didn't think about this till he said it. And I said, well, you know what? He actually did that. Nobody was really doing features the way he was. He hustled his way into the studio using the Lord's grace. And we're going to leave it at that. To get into the studio, using it as a way to drop 16 bars. And then they're like, you know what you got on this? He would say, I ain't doing nothing until you put me in there to record it. And then learn how to get the invoice doing. This man
it was on his
and he say that's how he was feeding his baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, and that right there, the way he broke that down, that's what we was talking about the other day when we talk about OGs teaching the young G's. You know what I'm saying? And the BGs how to do it the right way, how to do it today and do it the right way. Because you don't have to fall for the trap.
Exactly. And one thing that
you
he
don't
was
have
talking
to fall
about
for the trap.
One thing that he was talking about was in regards to the OGs even listening to the youngsters. Because at the same token, if you ain't walking that part, these youngsters would call you out on that. Well, that didn't work for you. Why should I listen to you? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and that's real. That's real. In order for you to get their attention, you have to show them something different, because opposites attract, likes repel. So you have to show them something different. You have to show them where you come from the streets, where you come from the hood, where you gangbanged and did your thing, and where you've evolved into something better now. You know, you teach them the truth about who owns the neighborhoods, who own the blocks. We don't own them. So what's the point of killing for them? You know what I'm saying? What's really, you know?
And that's another thing. We got to stop going from the hood and calling it the hood to going back and calling it the neighborhood and bringing our neighbors back into the situation.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, man, it's time for everybody to start showing some love, and not fake love, real love. Understanding that we're all one and the same. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what your tax status is. I don't care what your religion is. We are all one and the same. It's one ginormous family. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're not going to agree on everything, but if we have some love in the mix, then we can gain some understanding. We can
And
really
I'm glad
gain
you said
some
that. The
understanding.
fact that, and that's something that we try, and you know that we try to push that. It doesn't matter your differences. It doesn't matter differences. We all want the same goal, right? We all want that ultimate goal. We can have differences, and we can still love each other. That's the thing, and that's what we try to build on. You know, we can have any difference in the world, but as long as when it boils down to it, we can hate each other today because of what was said. But come tomorrow, it's all good because it's still love there. It's still family.
Right.
And that's another thing that Buster was talking about, you know, getting off these petty beefs and start loving one another. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? These beefs over women. Now, beefs over women been going on since the dawn of time. When is it going to stop?
Okay, here's the thing. That will never stop. You got to remember, beefs over women have ended and started empires. You got to remember.
Started wars.
I mean, I'm still wondering, did World War II start over women? We ain't find out yet. That's what I'm in the Vietnam War. Maybe it was over some woman.
Hold on. He got something to say. I see him biting his lip. He got something you want to say. Go ahead, bro.
No. No. I'm good. Hey, you're not lying though. That pudong, wow, you know what I'm saying? Half fools acting stupid. You know
I think that's where that woo-ha came from. Woo-ha!
Sparky, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
You know what you were talking about her. She got us all in check.
Exactly. Got you all in check. Like
you know what? I'm about to email Buster. You know, we won't stop. I'm about to email Buster right now and find out. So where did that woo-ha come from? Him and his 6 kids.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
So,
go ahead.
And you know what the biggest thing to me was when listening to it. His best thing, he said he went to the executives, and I'm going to tie this into something with boxing with Errol Spence from a few weeks ago. How he went after the commission saying, "You getting 3%? What are you spending that 3% on?" Buster attacked the executives saying, "Look, we got more in our community, positive, but y'all want to keep pushing the shaking your ass and you know the drugs we take and the drugs that we're pushing. We got more lyrics that don't deal with that."
Yeah, pushing for positivity, a more positive message.
Right.
But as we know, the executives are controlled under a certain type of generosity. Like the executives, that's why a lot of us can't make it because of who the executives are. We got to change that, right? We have to change that.
Yeah. Hey, man, at the end of the day, we all have to recognize that they use our music
against us,
to use us as a source in the food chain. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? They put the money behind us. We don't have $250,000 to do our own publishing, our own marketing. We don't have that. So they know what the get down is. They're the ones that's making it happen. They put the money behind the message. And the thing is, we feed the message to the younger ones that don't know no better. And they think that that's really what it is, that's what's happening, that's what life is about in the hood and being a block boy or a duffel bag boy or whatever. Because, you know, like many other things, our names have changed many times. But I digress. Anyway, back to this. They put the money behind the message and they make it to where we feed off this negative message constantly, and we believe that that's what it is because that's what we see. And when we go around the homies, that's what the homies is doing. They trying to dress the part. They trying to play the part. They trying to walk in, and you know what I mean. Some of them don't walk it. They trying to talk it, but you know, that's what it is. And the thing is, it's a program. It's a program. It's really a program. And then by us doing it, what do? We feed the prison system. We feed the justice systems. You know what I mean? We do it to ourselves because we're falling for the nonsense.
I'm so glad you said that because that was another thing that he talked about. Stop snitching, man.
Yeah,
stop snitching on each other. Who cares what you did or who did what? Quit the snitching. Be a man about it. If you got a problem with somebody, don't put it in your lyrics. Go to them. Like you said,
Right.
quit the
Go
petty
holler at 'em.
beefs.
Go
These
sit
petty
down.
beefs.
Go
Yeah, these petty
go
beefs.
sit down. Because I mean, we really need to push the message all together that the tough guy shit against your own, that's faded now. That ain't where it's at no more. The same way when we said crack is whack and that was that, you know what I'm saying? We got to push the same thing. We have to give that the same cancellation. You know what I mean? And let it be known now, like, look, that ain't moving no more.
It's
That ain't
funny
moving.
that you
That ain't where it's at.
It's funny that you bring that up because at the end of the day, we were talking about, and we think we brought it on the episode just not last week and a couple of weeks ago in regards to, you know, the communities needing to start coming together and start looking out for one another like they did back in the day. Like nobody does that no more. When are we going to go back to the grassroots of?
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, was that last week?
Because I was talking about neighborhood watch. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, when are we going to go back to being our own neighborhood council? Where
I think what the problem is when it comes to that, and as usual, I take notes on certain things. I don't have it with me today, but I actually remember it. Everybody's looking for somebody else to start. Nobody wants to be the first one to start. And then, because you know what happens when you start, you're going to get rejected. But as they say, if you've ever been a salesperson, and I don't know if you were a salesman, but if you've ever been in sales, you're going to hear a lot of no's till you get a yes. But once you hear that yes, that should be your motivation to continue. Never stop because you hear no. No should be a motivation to change it up a little bit. You keep hearing no, what am I saying that's wrong? Let me assess myself to why I'm getting these no's. Right? Now, when I start getting yeses, what's working for me to get that yes? It doesn't matter. Like, people are afraid of rejection. And I think the reason people are afraid of rejection, my people, especially men, are afraid of rejection because guess what? The minute something goes wrong or you say something wrong to another person, because as we know, this is so open with women, and it's hiss and sis. When you say something that is out of context, you're getting posted on social media. At some point, it's got to be. It's
almost like the same thing as reviews. Nobody's going to go and make a good out of their way to make a good review, but they'll go out of their way to bash the company.
So you know what?
What do we know? What do we know? What do we know? We know that negativity brings drama.
There you go.
And drama creates revenue.
There you go.
So that's interesting that you bring that up because that brings me up to something that I wanted to talk about. And we got a lot to talk about Busta Rhymes. Like, Busta could take over the whole show if he wanted to. You know what I mean? But you kind of brought something up that I want to transition into it in regards to separation between church and state. Do you think it exists? Do you think it ever existed? Do you think it still exists or non-existent?
Boy, that one came from down the street around the corner. But separation of church.
I told you I told you I was going to get in your head today.
Man, that's a lie. It sound good. So but in reality, you can't separate.
I'm gonna throw you the line because it was one of those things you got to think about, right? So here's an aspect. So this past Sunday, I wasn't going to talk. We weren't going to talk about this, and you brought this up.
Wow.
So this past Sunday, as we know, my mother passed 3 years ago.
Okay.
And they had a dedication service. It's called the Founders Service. They started doing this. This is the first one they had. The minister talked about how churches have gotten away from doing what my mother did. What she did was she was in the service of saving souls, right? And now when you think about any religion, what is their purpose? To save souls and bring them to an understanding of their religion.
A higher peace.
A higher peace. A higher understanding of why you do what you do. Or what you don't do, what you're supposed to do, right? He said,
and also
what's wrong right now?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, they're also supposed to bring you closer to God. They're supposed to help you get closer to God, to understand your connection, your relationship with the Most High, the Almighty. You know, the creator.
And that's there you go. And what he said was, y'all have gotten away from that, and you've been focusing on money. On money. You've been focusing on you're being a professor, you're being a doctor, you're being a graduate of this, a graduate of that. It's not about that. Because you know what? When we all die, none of that matters, right? None of that matters. Right. Who we were here. Right. It matters of do we have a closer, as you said, relationship with God. The separating between church and state it used to be there, but that's why a lot of folks, and I will say this.
You think it used to be there?
It used to be there, but I'm going to attack this as this.
Okay.
With the current state of the church, there is no separation.
Because politics are in the church right now.
Politics is the church. It's not in the church. It is the church. Politics is the church.
Okay, bro. What do you think about that, see?
Hey, man. As long as they dropping money in that UFC, that foundation, as long as they dropping money in that UFC, they may be so-called tax exempt and all that, but they all donate to a fund. As long as that money is touching that fund, there's no separation of no church and state. They've been playing with the people.
Do you think there ever was a separation?
There has never been. Listen, man, they used the church to get where we're at today. Doctrines of discovery. Yeah, they used the church to get us to where we're at today. Here recently, they were just yelling and screaming and jumping up and down, talking about how America itself is a Christian country. So now all politicians, well, not all of them, but the majority of them profess to be Christian of one form, faith, or another. Now, all of us sitting here today, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners know that they're not Christians. They're Christian in name only because their actions don't match what they profess to be.
Yeah, their actions don't match their faith. Their actions don't match their faith.
The actions don't match the faith, you know. So, and the thing is, and it's not just them, but right now we're talking about the separation of church and state. We didn't say separation of synagogue and state. We didn't say separation of masjid and state. We said separation of church and state. And they'll say, oh, well, we mean our religion. Well, our religion haven't been welcome here all these years.
Now, what's funny, I left this comment up, right, from Mike.
Shout
out
to
Mike.
Separation of church and state, like I say, it sounds good on paper, but the reality of it is, no, it ain't never been. You know, that was just, you know, they got to make it look like they're not in cahoots, that they're not working together. But if there was no harmony, there would be disharmony. There would be problems and turmoil. You can get your 501c3, and with your 501c3 comes some bylaws. And the bylaw says that you can't speak on politics. Separation of church and state, my behind. You know what I'm saying? We got to protect the hustle.
We left this comment up because Mike had actually a profound statement talking about you can't have separation in the plantation. What's your thoughts on that?
Facts.
Now, you see, I've been sitting here like a little kid in a candy store. I want to talk about that, but you know, I'm gonna sit back. But that gotta put that back. Gotta put that back.
Well, you know what happened to us the last time we got into a deep discovery conversation, right?
We see. I figured.
I don't know if Earl knows this or not, but I'm gonna let him know. Last time we got into a deep discovery conversation, they kicked us out.
We had to come back. So
okay.
I figured out.
Hey, well, I'm gonna be good today.
See, I'm gonna be good today. I figured it out. See, we gotta break it up. The conversation make them think we're breaking up. So when we look at you're right. You have separation of plantation because honestly, the Bible as they know it, the so-called Roman Catholic King James Version. Y'all let me go here. Y'all, you were not supposed to let me go.
You went there.
But as we know it, it ain't it. We touched on the slave Bible a month ago.
About a month ago.
It ain't it.
Now here's the thing about it. Big bro. Now you say that a lot of people Western colonization's more on the Christianity side. What faith-based are you?
What?
Faith-based are you?
What, I guess,
Oh,
religion-wise?
I
know. I just want
I have a very diverse background. But my last school of training and study was under the Nation of Islam. So I'm Muslim by many factors, but where I am today in my studies, and I more or less like to think of myself now as an altruist. You know, that's really what I'm on and where I'm at. You know, that's what I'm about. I don't care about any titles because I understand.
See, Alpha. So those that are, what I want to say, children in faith. Can you explain what an altruist is?
An altruist is a person who gives of themselves unselfishly for the benefit of others.
Facts. Now, in your journey of studies, part of the reason why I asked you that question, because at the end of the day, you, like you said, you have a very diverse resume, as I would like to say, in regards to cultural studies. What is the dynamic within Western civilization, the state of the union of the church nowadays that's pushing people away? What do you think that is?
Well, I mean, it's like he was saying, the brother was speaking on the chasing of money. I mean, we've always known that in our community, the church has been somewhat of a fashion show. I mean, that's one more time. A joke. I said within our community, it's not just within our community, but within our community, it's known by others outside of our community and known by us that the church became a fashion show. And, you know, it became about, you know, it went, they make mockery of it in movies when Sister Jones got a hat like this, so I got to get one bigger. Oh, well, Elroy got the new Roachback Cadillac, so I got to get the new, I mean, you know, the keeping up with the Joneses, you know.
Roachback Cadillac, bro. Roachback Cadillac.
You know what? I have not heard that term in years. So you know what? We got to go back a little bit. We got to tell people where you're from, because that's that's definitely East Coast term. I know that.
No, okay. So your lineage. Break down your history.
Hold on. No, bro. Hey, I speak many languages, but I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona boy. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I've lived in other states. You know, I finished high school in the Bay Area, you know, and came back here shortly thereafter, like very shortly thereafter. Like moms threw me out of California shortly thereafter. But yeah, I'm originally from here. And as far as what you asked about, Doug, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, with all this white hair and this rusty skin, you might want to call me an American Aborigine. My mother is Ouachita and my father is Kado Adacho. And I know some people may say that's an African American. No, I'm Ouachita. I'm Anyanwea.
So break that down for those that don't know what you mean by that. You're originally native of this land, right?
Yes. Yes. If we identify me by what the terms that they use today, Aboriginal, because indigenous, we've seen others try and slide up under the description of Aboriginal, of indigenous, excuse me, because indigenous it'll cover a lot when you say indigenous. But when you say Aboriginal means from the beginning. So an American Aborigine.
Okay.
So I'm saying indigenous American. I mean, if you look at the 1828 definition of an American, they told us any of the original copper-colored to black races that was found here in Americas before the colonization of the Europeans. That's what it said. I mean, I'm pretty much just quoting it. So, but yeah, that's what it is.
So basically, as people that label themselves African American, they're branding themselves as a label.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a brand. I mean, they've been playing the brand game with us for a long
years.
time now,
For
and they
years.
still doing it to today. You know, but we have to stop allowing it. We're the ones that's allowing it because they throw it at us, and then we hold on to it. Yeah, I'm colored. I'm Negro.
Wait, see, you're not saying what I wanted you to say. They're throwing at us, and as the slave mentality says, we're accepting it and going with the flow as a slave. That's what's happening. We're accepting that as a slave mentality and going with it. Yes, sir, master. I am African American.
And how did they get us? How did they get us? Programming. Once again, you put it in the TV, you put it in the movies, you put it in the music, and here we go. You know what I'm saying? We make it popular. Everybody wants to be cool.
Not even totally on script right now. I'm going to go off script. But I watched an interview with Marlon Wayans one day.
I think I know what interview you're talking about.
Yeah, and they asked him, like, what do you think about slave movies? And you know what he said? I don't watch them. They're all of them are the same. All of them the same. Why am I going to watch something over and over and over again? Like, am I insane? No, I'm not. Show me something different.
What he said is he wants to see a movie where there isn't a black slave, but black owners, black.
But not only that, he said, show me Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Show me Charles Drew. Show me all these others that impact in the world that nobody wants to talk about. Show me the black man that created a light bulb for Thomas Edison to take credit for. That's basically what he went to.
Right. And the thing is, if we want it, we're going to have to do it for ourselves. Straight up. Straight up. Because we done already seen how we done already seen. Folks lost their mind behind some shit that ain't even real. Excuse my mouth. But The Little Mermaid, for real, bro.
Speak on it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
What's funny? You brought it up. Speak on it. Because a lot of people might not know what you're talking about. Speak on that.
Little Mermaid, I have not gone to see it yet. And I keep telling my family we're going to go. I told my wife, we need to go see this. We want to see it. We want to see it. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. I haven't seen it. I ain't taking. I told him I'll go by myself to see it, but my wife wants to see it because you know what? The more of us that stand together to see this movie, the more of us is going to make a difference. I don't care what Michelle Rodriguez said, and I'm quite sure you heard it. How she said they don't need to be changing things. Like I hate to tell you, when it comes to Marvel, as we know, there's many other Earths. You know, when Marvel, the whole universe expanded, so she's just a dumb donkey. We'll just say that. We'll call her dumb donkey.
Cog in the system.
Yeah, she don't understand what's going on with her. Sorry, black. She's not even black. I don't know what she is.
Pocket is going in right now. Do you see this, bro? He's going in.
I'm behaving myself.
Are you really?
Maybe it's the shirt.
See Alpha, what you got to say about this, man?
It's the shirt. I'm blaming it on the shirt. You see what the shirt says, right? It's the shirt. It's the Malcolm X shirt.
Hey man, I was always told tell the truth and shame the devil. Speak on it.
Oh no, you went. Oh God, Lord have mercy.
Speak on it.
You did not say that.
You know what I'm saying?
So before we get kicked out again, I do want to change subjects one more again. AJ Owens.
We got two
more subjects, but
three.
But I want to talk about AJ Owens in this update. We kind of talked about this. For those that don't know who AJ Owens is, unfortunately, she's a young lady that her life was lost
in front of her child
over a neighbor that shot her through the door. Now, they dropped the second-degree murder charge against the lady, an older white lady at that. I just got to point that out.
Now, am I putting my lawyer hat on now, or am I just being
no lawyer hat?
Oh,
No,
Come on,
more
can I
ads.
just, can
No,
I just,
we don't
can,
need
can,
no
can
more
I cock it
ads.
to the side?
No, because we understand as far as
No, we don't understand what my thing. We talked about me.
we got a guest that does, so he'll break it down for you. But and you guys can definitely go at it about that. But the whole thing about it is that the family is in an uproar because the second-degree murder charge was dropped and they're charging her with manslaughter. Now, they say that they can't prove that it was a hate crime. There was no ill will or anything of that nature.
They didn't say about the hate crime.
They haven't mentioned nothing about the hate crime, so
They haven't mentioned hate crime. That's still on the table.
I don't even think that's going to be done.
I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna put my lawyer hat.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let you go first on this.
Let our guest go first. Your thoughts?
When I go
Hey,
off,
man.
He got something.
Number one, it ain't a lawyer on the planet Earth that can save her from what she did. She committed murder, and it was premeditated. How do we know it was premeditated? She said it out her own mouth to the 911 reporter.
What did she say?
The news reported it. She on what was that? ABC 13, NBC 13, Fox 13, one of them 13s. You know I love my 13s. But anyway, one of them 13s. She said that the gun that she killed the woman with, she went and purchased because she had previous altercations with the woman. She said she bought the gun specifically.
Well, not only
she
that,
had
didn't
previous.
she? But not only that, didn't she
So
also have, from what I was reading about, she had altercations with other neighbors as well.
Yeah. The news, I don't know what they saying out here. I know I went looking for the update this afternoon about the charges being reduced from murder to manslaughter. And what's that thing with the two is like I couldn't find nothing talking about that. So I don't know if that's one of them that's being like, yeah, you can't see that yet. But nevertheless, that was murder. And when the law enforcement first talked about it, they called it what it is. And based on what she did, she can't get the stand your ground coverage because she wasn't standing her ground. She basically provoked not even an altercation. She created the situation, the atmosphere, the environment for her to be able to kill that woman. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. First of all, you threw an object at a child and struck a child. That's child abuse. Then you use profanity against them children. That's another form of child abuse. Even though it's verbal, it's mental. So you abusing children. You already done went and got the gun because you said that you got it because you had already had an altercation with this woman. Y'all didn't have no physical altercation. Y'all were exchanging words. And the police had been called to that neighborhood at least a dozen times. And it wasn't behind AJ. It was behind old girl. Now, old girl, before she did the dumb shit, excuse my French, she called 911 to complain about the kids playing in the field. She said they're being really obnoxious. Okay, these are little kids. They're not. She complained about them leaving their toys in the field. So
now she claims that the field was her property. Do you think that the kids were in violation of that?
Say that again.
Now she claims that the field that the kids were playing on was her property. Do you think that the kids were wrong for trespassing in that way?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't her property. They showed little lines of what was actually the property that she was renting. She wasn't the owner. She's a renter. And They talked about the no trespassing sign that the owner put up somewhere on the property. But the initial reports when it first happened, the children weren't even playing in that part of the grass. They were playing on the side what wouldn't be his property. So they weren't on his property. And as far as them leaving toys over there or whatever, once again, not his property, not your business, not your concern. If it was really a bother, go talk to the mother. Hey, could you please, when the kids are done playing, could you have them take the toys and put them away for whatever reason? If you want to use those, bring it down to property value. You're a renter. You ain't an owner. You're a renter. Stay in your lane. And I'm not trying to say that to be fucked up. Excuse my mouth. I'm not trying to say that to be messed up towards anybody. I'm saying that because some people forget where they're at, what their actual status is, and think that they have the justification to treat other people some type of way because they get amnesia for a minute and forget who they are, where they are, and what their position really is in life. Some get caught up in this illusion, this fantasy world, and think that they have the justification to say stuff to other people, tell other people how to live their life or whatever. You know what I mean? But so her calling 911 complaining about that, and then the next 911 call was, oh, I shot through the door. I was scared for my life. Come on, man. You've been messing with people. You go and buy a heater, and now all of a sudden you scared for your life.
I know Pocket got to say something about that. Go ahead, Pop.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you a case of that bitch crazy. Now, when I say she's crazy, because when I say she's crazy, it's not because of the color of her skin. It's not because she's been anticipating and antagonizing her neighbors.
Anticipating and antagonizing?
Yes, and antagonizing.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she's doing both.
She's doing both.
Yeah, she laying in wait.
Now, reason why I say we dropped the murder 2 charge, because if you go back and look, the reason why I want to bring this charge to the table of a hate crime, because a hate crime says she will get more than murder 2. Why has it not been dropped? Because guess what? That is what the prosecution is focusing on, is the hate crime. Because you know what happened? They screwed up with not George Floyd. I'm sorry. With
Zimmerman?
Yes, George Zimmerman. They screwed up there. This is their correction here. This woman is going to be made an example of. So, folks, as we align together to get this woman convicted of a life. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not life. That's not enough. Because life in Florida is only 13 years. In case y'all didn't know that. Double life.
Well, here's the thing.
At her age.
Here's the thing. If the state of Florida doesn't pick up the hate crime charge, which I think
it's not a state.
I think the feds are going to pick it up.
See, you got to remember, state is not hate crime. Federal is hate crime. State is going to get her convicted, obviously, of manslaughter. They're going to convict her of that. Because remember, what did they say was thrown out the window?
So what you saying, Pocket? What you saying is they're gonna double back on her?
Yeah,
they're gonna give her 1, 2.
Yeah, they're going to.
Because remember, they threw out the murder 2. The state threw out murder 2, not the federal. The state, because they said no.
So we're going to end up seeing state and federal charges.
The state charge is going to be the manslaughter. The federal charge is going to be the hate crime. And then guess what? They're going to tie it back to her buying a gun. Now, the only problem I have with this, because I'm a pew owner myself, all right, is the fact that she should have never been able to do that when they did the background check. She should have never been able to buy a gun. That is my only problem with this whole situation.
Now, bro, I'm going to ask you this too.
I know it's Florida.
Do you think that there should be an age limit on people that purchase firearms?
Because
you got to be 21 to get a handgun.
See, here's the thing you're not understanding. She's way above 21.
Yeah, she's 6.
So age ain't the problem. Just right here, that's the problem.
In certain states, they won't let you drive past a certain limit. Do you think that limits still apply?
Oh, so you saying should they put a cap on what age you can purchase a gun?
Or put a cap in her ass.
Correct, yes.
Or put a cap in her ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong subject.
No,
no,
I'm
with you on this because here's the thing. You got to think a few months ago when we talked about how the teenagers pulled into somebody's wrong address to back up and the guy shot him.
Yeah.
And he was 67 years old. I don't think should be a cap on the age. I think, again, it goes back to
the mentality.
Okay.
There. What do you think, bro? I hear you. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Pocket. They should have to undergo a psychic evaluation ever so often. The same way that they do folks in No, because there's different reasons for needing a firearm. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Okay.
Some people might like to just do target practice. You know what I mean?
And then here's the thing where I say it shouldn't be a cap because you got some 85-year-olds that are more mentally aware than 22-year-olds.
Right.
So
right.
Or 25-year-olds or 30-year-olds. So you can't sit there and put an age cap on somebody buying a gun. They can have, like you said, they can have different reasons. They just want to go to let off some rounds because guess what? That's their stress relief, right? That's their stress relief, going to the range and letting off rounds. So you're going to hinder them from doing that stress relief for what?
I get it. I get it. I just posed the question because you got you do have the people. You got the left side, the right side. You know, I keep it straight perpendicular down the middle. So it's like I get both sides. I hear both sides. That's why I try to figure out, you know, what's best for me, if that makes sense.
Well, it ain't about me. It's about the idiot that did this.
Correct.
Because if it's about me,
she'd be 6 feet under.
See, why y'all trying to make me so violent? I'm not.
No,
I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I'm wearing the wrong shirt.
He said he's not a violent person, but he got a shirt talking about by any means necessary. Bro, me and you both know what that means.
I mean, I could be trying to put Legos together by any means necessary. I could be
by pocket
trying to go to get stuff for a barbecue by any means necessary. By any means necessary.
Hey, be the best example of the Most High that you can be by any means necessary. See how we did that?
Somebody got my back up in here. Somebody can I get an amen?
I don't think you're gonna get that one. But bro,
no, you can get the amen, you can get the I mean. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
It's all the same. It means so be it.
It's my favorite time. We skipped it last week, right? We didn't touch any sports last week, but I want y'all to sit down because I even told Jay I got something surprise for him. You might have heard this already. I don't want you to say nothing. In boxing, so the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, has signed a contract with the PBC. Now, as we know, Mexican Independence Day in September, right? We can all shake our hands on that. But the thing is, he may be facing Jamal Charlo.
I heard that. I heard about that. I did hear about that.
Can you believe that? So, and now Jamal, here's the thing. I've been following this for a while, and, you know, I like to dissect things. Jamal came out and said in an interview with Demetrius Andrade, he said, man, I ain't never fought at 168. Can you come down? Because they were agreeing on a fight in September. Can you come down? Here's my thing. It was a ploy to get Canelo to sign it. Because you know Canelo wants the easy way right now. He got his ass beat by Bivol. He barely beat Triple G. He barely beat John Ryder. Now he needs to build his resume back. He needs to get some confidence back. What better way to challenge a Charlo?
I think Charlo's gonna get him. I don't know if you follow boxing so much, but yeah, this would be a big fight in September, bro.
But
yeah, man, I do. Boxing is like one of my favorite sports. In fact, it is my favorite sport because I don't really get into football and basketball. I like baseball. Don't really get into soccer or tennis. You know what I'm saying? Like the tennis coach. Just joking.
Are you familiar with the Charlo brothers?
Yeah. And I'm just, the only thing I don't like about it, man, is the politics that be involved. You know what I mean?
Politics is usual, man.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because what's happening, the PBC, I didn't watch the fight last week with Carlos Adames and J-Rock Williams. And I heard there was controversy behind that stoppage. That's 3 fights in a row. The PBC has screwed everybody. I'm just coming out and saying,
man.
I hope the PBC sees this. When it comes to this fight, actually, I'm going to go back. I'm not even going to say that. July 29th. There better not be any controversy
between
with the
Spence and Errol.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. There better not be. It better be a definitive. Oh yeah, old boy beat him. If we went 12 rounds.
Now, are you looking forward to that fight coming up next month? The Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to ask you a question. Who you got in that fight? And why?
Man, I'm still undecided, to be honest with you.
I like it. I like it.
I haven't landed
so here's my reasoning, and I want to say I didn't tag him, but shout out to Showbiz. I watch him all the time, every day, and even he says the same thing. It's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah,
people don't understand because Spence is a pressure fighter. The thing is, and we know Crawford is not defensive responsible. But you back him in a corner, he's like a black cat. He will fight his way out of that corner. Right. You tell him he's losing, all of a sudden a switch flips. It's just like that. But the whole thing is, you can't do that with Spence. You've seen Spence fight too. He from round, once that bell starts in round one, he comes at you and he don't stop. He does not stop. Can Crawford handle that? But now look at this. Now here's the caveat to that.
Go ahead, bro.
If Spence come out not looking like his usual self, just remember we were sitting here talking about this. You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like you leaning towards Spence.
No, he's particularly winning Crawford. He just said he'll come out like his normal self.
Yeah.
So, but in here now, on the other hand, because I don't think we've ever seen Crawford come out in the first round aggressive. I cannot. And when he did come out aggressive, he got knocked down. Remember, Mean Machine?
He did get knocked down.
Mean Machine, he knocked him down when he came out aggressive. That made him go in a little bit different approach.
Yeah,
I just think
he had to get knocked down for it to kick in. You know,
I will.
And maybe he's one of those. They gotta feel it in order for him.
They gotta get hit first. Give him that one good wake up punch.
Some folks.
I don't think I want to do that with Spence because Spence, they call him the bone collector for a reason. He takes eye sockets, he takes ribs. This man,
That's why I say if he don't come in looking like his usual self, I'm gonna call BS right off the top because he had that whole Mike Tyson come in hungry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you don't come in acting like that bear behind me, see that bear?
You mean that Cub, the Chicago Cub? I know Mike can get Chicago Cubs in there.
Hey, Mike, I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, he set it up.
Hey, Mike say we ain't talking baseball because
that's how the Bears play, ain't it? They play a baseball team, 9 people on the field. Ain't nobody protecting the quarterback.
Oh, wow. Mike, you're going to be our next guest.
Yeah, y'all can sit there and argue all day over sports. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Man,
so
what's
in before we wrap everything, what's in line for you? What's coming up for you? I know you got your hands in the silver and gold, which I do my best to on this platform to push to let everybody know what's going on with the silver and gold and just precious metals in general. What you got going for yourself right now, bro?
Man, working and trying to figure out how to get more of it and to get more people connected to it. Check this out. Check this out. 2 years ago, I see y'all wilding. 2 years ago, 2 months ago, I picked up some silver at about $1.30 a gram.
Okay.
And went the other day on one of the major mints and saw those same grams for $4.28 now. So
So you're tripling your price.
It's going up like 182%, 182%. And now a lot of the markets that's online aren't showing that, but if you start looking at the dealers, or if you start looking at people who actually have them personally, like on different sites, stackers on OfferUp or eBay or different sites, you'll see that the prices, the people that actually have it physically, they're starting to hit a little bit harder now, and you're starting to see it like come back in and line up again, as far as what's available and who's willing to let go or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's my plans, man. Just keep working and, like I say, keep my eye on that, keep letting the family know what's good, and, trying to just stay liquid, stay healthy, you know what I mean? Stay out the way of the foolishness.
What would be your advice to those that are looking to get into investing into precious metals? May not know a lot of it.
Actually, I'm going to tell you to stop there, because I'm going to bring you back, and we're going to have an episode. We're going to talk completely about precious metals. Completely. Because the tidbits you're dropping are very important when we're at the end of the show. I want you to come in and talk about it from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Because the tidbits you're dropping are very important for those people that are trying to figure out how can I make my money go long,
or how they can get into it to begin with. Because there's a lot of people that want to, but they're scared. They want to invest in the stocks, but
it's not even about being scared. It's about they don't know
don't know how exactly. And the thing about it, one thing that will that Sialpa would definitely let you know is that there's a difference between investing into physical versus investing into the stock. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
And the reason why I want to bring that, because my wife and daughter and I, we went to
that paper.
Tombstone.
The paper.
And, as you know, they have the silver mines up there, and the silver miner up there was talking about how it's now making a comeback. It's not as aggressive as they'd like, because they're starting to mine again. And I don't know, and people don't know that, but they are starting to mine other precious metals besides the normal precious metals. Yeah, they're starting to mine silver and different things like that. But I want to do you justice. I want us to come in. And if it's a whole show, guess what? It's a whole show. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to dissect this. We're going to talk about it. We're going to let you have the floor. Talk about the metals, because it's important. People of all colors, race, coordinations, identifications, color alphabet, whatever you want to call them, they need to understand that you want your money long and strong. It ain't about the short dollar. It's about the long dollar. So I want to give you that. I don't want you at the end. And Mike, you can talk about Baltimore all you want, but your quarterback is just.
We'll say that for another show.
No, I'm getting this out now. Your quarterback is a knockoff Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna just say that right now. He can't even break the record.
See how you got the last word. You're done. You're cut off.
I am not done.
Go.
Hey man, I just want to say peace, blessings, and respect to everyone. You know what I mean? Travel safe. You know what I mean?
How many Super Bowl the Bears got? Y'all done started me again.
Yeah. All right. Another great episode of PD&J was good today with the amazing Sialpa. Look, we're going to have him back on the show because this man got jewels that he needs to drop.
And like I said, we're going to give you an episode. We're going to sit here. We're going to kick it back without that cub in the back. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to let the season tell it.
Until next week, folks. I love you, bro. Thank you. I can't wait.
Oh, you know what? The Cardinals ain't going to do nothing, so he don't want to talk.
You know what? Why you want to bring my Cardinals into this?
Because that's why you cut.
No, we ain't doing this, man. No, bro, I'll get with